In the US, most engines are considered done around 200,000 miles. But in Japan, taxi engines routinely cross 400,000, even 600,000 miles on the same powertrain. Same metals, same oil technology. So what's the difference? These are the Japanese oil change secrets that make engines last 600,000 miles. And if you remember nothing else, write this on your dashboard. Skip all these, but secret number 1. Let's start with secret number 13. Kaizen drain. Now, this is the cornerstone of the Toyota Production System, TPS. Kaizen simply means continuous improvement, or change for the better. Their main aim is to eliminate waste, what they call muda. And when it comes to oil changes, waste isn't just time or effort, it's the dirty oil you leave behind. Most people change oil whenever it's convenient. Sometimes the engine is cold. Sometimes it's barely warmed up. But oil doesn't behave the same at all temperatures. When oil is cold, it's thick. It flows slowly. Contaminants like soot, fuel residue, and microscopic metal particles don't stay evenly suspended. They settle in low-flow areas inside the engine. So when you drain cold oil, a portion of that contamination never leaves. It stays behind. It mixes with your new oil, and from that moment, your fresh oil is already compromised. But when the engine is at full operating temperature, oil flows the way it was designed to. More importantly, contaminants stay suspended in the oil. That allows more of them to drain out with it. You'll never remove all the old oil. That's not possible. But this step reduces how much contaminated residue is left behind. Drive the car for 10 to 15 minutes. Let it reach proper temperature, then drain it while it's warm. Not cold, not overheated, but even if you get the temperature right, most people still rush the next part. Secret number 12. Shizuka wait. This is where patience becomes a mechanical advantage. Most oil changes are rushed. The drain plug comes out, oil flows, and the moment that stream slows down, it goes right back in. 5 minutes, sometimes less. From a business standpoint, that makes sense. More cars, more money. But from an engine wear standpoint, it's a shortcut because oil doesn't drain all at once. Even after the main flow stops, oil is still returning to the pan. It's coming down from the valve train, the timing components, and the upper galleries. It clings to metal surfaces, it moves slowly, and it needs time. If you close it too early, that leftover oil stays behind. And that oil is the most contaminated. It has already broken down. It carries combustion byproducts, moisture, and microscopic debris. Now, you pour in fresh oil, and it mixes instantly with that residue. From day one, your new oil is diluted, and this is how wear starts stacking up, not from one mistake, but from small shortcuts repeated over time. The fix is simple. After the mainstream slows down, wait, give it time to fully drain. 10 to 20 minutes is ideal for most engines. Longer if you can afford it. And this is where something most drivers never think about starts working against you. Secret number 11. Zansai purge. Now this is about what's left behind, even after you think the job is done. Because no matter how long you drain the oil, some of it will always stay inside the engine. That's just how engines are designed. Oil hides in galleries, clings to surfaces, and settles in areas you can't reach. The question isn't, can you remove it all? You can't. The real question is, how much contaminated oil are you leaving behind? That leftover oil is the worst of it. It's already oxidized. The additives are depleted. It carries fuel dilution, moisture, and fine metal particles from wear. And the moment you pour in fresh oil, they mix. Now, your brand new oil isn't starting clean. Its chemistry is already slightly compromised. Its ability to protect is reduced from the very first cycle. This is what most people never account for. Japanese mechanics don't try to eliminate residue completely. That's impossible. What they do instead is reduce it as much as possible, every single time. Longer drain times help. Proper temperature helps. Even the angle at which the car sits can make a small difference. To understand why that matters, you need to understand how engines actually wear. Up next, secret number 10. Siege and flow. Inside your engine, metal parts don't really touch each other. At least, they're not supposed to. They ride on a thin film of oil, a pressurized layer that separates surfaces moving at high speed. And that film is incredibly thin, often thinner than a human hair. As long as that oil film stays stable, wear is minimal. The engine can run for hundreds of thousands of miles without serious damage. But the moment that film breaks down, even for a fraction of a second, metal starts making contact, and that's where wear begins. Not all at once, not in a way you can see immediately, but at a microscopic level. Small damage, repeated thousands of times. Now here's the part most drivers get wrong. Engines don't wear out the most at highway speed. They don't wear the most when you're cruising. They wear the most when lubrication conditions are unstable. That means during startup, when oil is cold, when contamination builds up, and when pressure hasn't fully stabilized. That's where the real damage happens. And once you understand that, everything about how you approach oil changes starts to shift. Because now it's not just about changing oil, it's about maintaining that protective film at all times. If you're getting value from these Japanese maintenance secrets, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Secret number 9. Rado start control. This is the moment your engine is most vulnerable. Cold start. Every time you turn the key in the morning, your engine goes through a short period where oil hasn't fully circulated yet. The pump is working, but pressure hasn't stabilized. The oil is still thick. Flow is limited. For a few seconds, critical components are not fully protected. This is called boundary lubrication. It means metal parts are closer to contact than they should be. And even though it only lasts a short time, it happens every single drive cycle. Now multiply that by thousands of starts over the life of the engine. That's where a large percentage of long-term wear comes from. Cold oil doesn't move the same way warm oil does. It resists flow. It takes longer to reach tight clearances. At the same time, fuel dilution is higher during startup, which weakens the oil's protective properties even further. Japanese mechanics understand this deeply. They don't ignore cold starts. They work to reduce the stress around them. That's why everything you've seen so far matters. Clean oil, proper drain, minimal contamination. It all helps the oil do its job faster during startup. If you want to go deeper into this, I've already covered the biggest cold start mistakes that quietly destroy engines over time. Click the video above and watch that next. Now here's where things get even more overlooked. The oil filter. Secret number 8. Filter Kodo. Now here's where many people underestimate the system. They think all oil filters do the same job, but in reality, filters vary in efficiency, flow behavior, and internal design, and those differences matter more than most drivers realize. Japanese mechanics tend to prioritize consistent OEM grade filtration over flashy aftermarket claims. For example, brands like Denso and Toyota Genuine Parts are commonly used because they are designed to match the engine's exact specifications. The goal isn't just to filter oil. The goal is to control how clean oil flows through the engine over time. A good filter does 3 things well. It captures fine contaminants without restricting flow, maintains stable oil pressure, and performs reliably during cold starts. One critical component is the anti-drainback valve. This prevents oil from draining out of the filter when the engine is off. Without it, the engine has to refill the filter at every startup, which delays pressure buildup and increases wear during those first seconds. Another overlooked detail is filtration efficiency. A higher quality filter removes smaller particles that would otherwise circulate through the engine and contribute to long-term wear. Japanese practice is simple. Use a filter that matches the engine design, install it correctly, and replace it at every oil change without stretching intervals. But even with a good filter, small mistakes during installation can undo everything. Secret number 7. Gasket seal ritual. I'm pretty sure none of you check out the gasket when doing an oil change. Provided the oil level was normal, you assume there was no leak. Or maybe your engine is always covered in oil dirt. But here's the thing, the gasket is one of the smallest components that can create one of the biggest problems if ignored. On an oil filter, the rubber gasket is what creates the seal between the filter and the engine. If it's dry, damaged, or improperly seated, it can lead to slow leaks or pressure inconsistencies over time. Japanese mechanics treat this step as a simple ritual, not an afterthought. Before installing a new filter, they apply a thin film of fresh oil to the gasket. Not excessive, just enough to lubricate the surface. This allows the gasket to seat properly and create an even seal when tightened. It also prevents the gasket from sticking or tearing during future removal. Then comes installation. Hand tight is the standard, not over-torqued, not left loose, just firm enough to secure the seal without deforming the gasket. This small detail ensures that oil pressure remains stable and that no gradual leaks develop between service intervals, because even a slow leak over time can reduce oil levels, introduce air, or create inconsistent lubrication conditions. And when lubrication becomes inconsistent, wear begins to accelerate. And there's one optional step here that most mechanics don't bother with. Secret number 6, pre-fill method. Now, many of us treat this one as optional when we shouldn't. Not all oil filters are positioned the same way. Some sit upright, others sit sideways or at an angle. Because of that, many people avoid pre-filling the filter altogether, and in some cases, that's perfectly fine. But in Japanese maintenance practices, when the design allows it, pre-filling the filter is considered a must-do step. The idea is simple. Instead of installing a completely empty filter, you add a small amount of fresh oil into the filter before mounting it. This helps reduce the time it takes for oil pressure to build during startup. Why does that matter? At startup, the engine needs to fill the filter before oil can circulate through the system. If the filter starts completely dry, there's a brief delay while the pump pushes oil into it. During that time, components are operating with less than ideal lubrication. Pre-filling helps shorten that delay. However, this only works when the filter's position allows it. If the filter is mounted sideways or upside down, pre-filling may lead to spillage during installation. In those cases, it's better to fill it halfway, but make sure the oil runs all around the filter, then install it. Now, we get to the part everyone rushes, putting the oil back in. Secret number 5, Taisei refill. Most people treat refilling as a simple step. Open the cap, pour in the oil, check the dipstick, and move on. Fast and straightforward. But Japanese mechanics approach this differently. They don't rush the refill, they control it. Instead of adding the full oil capacity at once, they typically pour in about 80 to 90% first. Then, they allow the oil to settle briefly before checking the level and topping it off gradually. Why not just fill it completely in one go? Because oil needs time to distribute throughout the engine. Some of it goes into the filter, some flows into galleries, some coats internal components. If you check the level too quickly, you may get an inaccurate reading. This can lead to overfilling without realizing it. And overfilling is not harmless. It can introduce aeration, where the crankshaft churns the oil and creates tiny air bubbles. These bubbles reduce the oil's ability to maintain a stable lubricating film, so the refill process becomes a controlled sequence. Add most of the oil, let it settle, then check the level and top up gradually if needed. It's a simple discipline, but it ensures the engine operates within its intended oil level range every time. And that level consistency plays a direct role in long-term lubrication stability. Next, this is where a lot of people think more is better. Secret number 4, overfill avoidance. There's a common belief that adding a little extra oil gives extra protection. In reality, overfilling can introduce new problems that affect how the engine lubricates itself. When the oil level is too high, the rotating crankshaft can come into contact with the oil in the sump. This creates a churning effect, often called aeration. Instead of a clean liquid, the oil begins to mix with tiny air bubbles. Those air bubbles reduce the oil's ability to maintain a stable pressure film between moving parts. And when that film becomes inconsistent, lubrication efficiency drops. Over time, this can also place unnecessary stress on seals and the crankcase ventilation system. The engine has to manage excess internal pressure, which it wasn't designed to handle continuously. Japanese maintenance practices are very strict about staying within the correct oil level range, not above it, not below it. The goal is consistency, not excess. That's why after refilling, the oil level is always checked carefully using the dipstick, and adjustments are made gradually, not in large amounts. Even a small overfill, repeated over multiple oil changes, can introduce subtle stress that accumulates over time. So the principle is simple. More oil does not equal more protection. Correct oil level equals stable lubrication. But even if you do everything right so far, this next mistake can still shorten your engine's life. Secret number 3, interval honesty. Now we come to one of the most misunderstood parts of engine care, the oil change interval. Most manufacturers advertise long intervals, 7,500 miles, sometimes even 10,000 miles or more. On paper, that sounds efficient. Fewer services, lower maintenance costs, but those numbers assume ideal driving conditions. Clean roads, consistent highway speeds, minimal idling, stable temperatures. Real-world driving is very different. Short trips, stop-and-go traffic, cold starts, idling, and turbocharged engines all accelerate oil degradation. Fuel dilution increases, moisture builds up, additives break down faster. So the same oil that might last 10,000 miles under ideal conditions may not perform the same way in everyday use. This is where Japanese maintenance philosophy takes a more conservative approach. Instead of stretching intervals to the maximum, they prioritize consistency and controlled risk. Shorter intervals mean fresher oil more often, which helps maintain stronger additive performance and better contamination control. A common practical range under mixed driving conditions is around 3,000 miles or earlier, depending on usage. The key idea is not to follow a number blindly, but to understand how the car is actually being used. Because oil is not just a lubricant, it's a chemical system that degrades over time and under heat. And once its protective properties begin to decline, wear starts to increase gradually. So interval honesty means aligning your oil change schedule with reality, not marketing assumptions. Secret number 2, shaken mindset. This is where maintenance becomes a mindset, not just a task. In Japan, vehicle ownership is influenced by a strict inspection system known as shaken. Every few years, cars must pass detailed checks covering safety, emissions, and overall condition. It's not optional, it's enforced. Because of that, owners don't wait for problems to show up. They maintain their vehicles continuously to avoid failure during inspection. That creates a different way of thinking. Instead of reacting to issues, they prevent them. And that approach carries over into something as simple as an oil change. Every service is treated as an opportunity to keep the engine in optimal condition, not just to fix something that's already wrong. Small issues are addressed early. Fluids are kept fresh. Wear is managed before it becomes visible. This mindset changes behavior. You don't delay maintenance until something feels off. You stay ahead of it. You don't ignore small signs. You correct them early. Because waiting for failure is expensive, preventing it is controlled. Over time, this consistency reduces the chances of sudden breakdowns and helps maintain stable engine performance across hundreds of thousands of miles. It's not about doing something extreme. It's about doing ordinary maintenance with discipline and awareness every single time. And that discipline is what separates average vehicle ownership from long-term reliability. And this last one is what you should never forget. Write it on your dashboard if you can, to be a constant reminder. Secret number 1, Kaizen discipline. This is the principle that connects everything you've seen so far. Kaizen discipline is not about doing one oil change perfectly. It's about repeating the same careful process every single time without cutting corners. Because engine longevity is not determined by a single service. It's the result of hundreds of services done consistently over time. Each oil change is a small opportunity to reduce wear. A slightly cleaner drain, slightly longer drain time, a properly seated filter, a correctly filled oil level, and a properly chosen interval. Individually, each step seems minor, easy to overlook, easy to rush. But when these small improvements are repeated over and over, they begin to compound. That's the core idea behind Kaizen, not perfection in one moment, but continuous improvement across many moments. Most engines don't fail because of one major mistake. They fail because of accumulated stress, small shortcuts, inconsistent habits, neglected details that repeat over years. Japanese taxi drivers understand this clearly. Their engines don't last because of a special part or secret oil. They last because every maintenance action is done with intention, not convenience. So Kaizen discipline means this: you don't rush oil changes, don't skip small steps, don't assume good enough is enough, and you treat each service as part of a long-term system. And when that system is followed consistently, the results speak for themselves. Extreme engine life is not about one decision, it's about hundreds of correct ones in a row. If you've been doing everything right with your oil changes, that's only half the story. The way you maintain your engine also affects how much fuel it consumes every day. Some drivers are unknowingly wasting up to 50% more fuel. The next video shows the Japanese methods that fix that. Click the link below.